The Grenada Investment Development Corporation's Investment Promotion Agency, in collaboration with the St. George's Baptist Church, presents Community Outreach, the SGBC edition, calling all entrepreneurs and business people or persons interested in entrepreneurship. Join us on Saturday, June 14, 2025 from 10 a.m. at the St. George's Baptist Church Sanctuary in Spring, St. George. Come gain information on marketing tips, understanding investment opportunities, learning about government grants, loans, and other support initiatives, as well as investment journey practical steps. We have a special Q&A session just for you. Save the date, Saturday, June 14, 2025 at 10 a.m. at the St. George's Baptist Church, Spring, St. George. We can't wait to see you there.
At Bailey's Funeral Home, we understand the pain and grief you experience when you suffer the loss of a loved one. For years, we have helped thousands of families get through that difficult time by providing professional funeral services to meet their unique needs. Whether your choice is cremation or burial, call us or come into our new facility on the Carenage and meet with our arrangers in a spacious and comfortable environment. Choose from a wide variety of quality coffins and caskets with prices from as low as $1,900. At Bailey's Funeral Home, we believe that no one should feel overwhelmed and anxious about funeral expenses. So when it's time to plan a funeral, join a burial society or make pre-arrangements when service and cost matters. Call Bailey's Funeral Home at 440-2558 or visit us at baileysfuneralhome.org. Bailey's Funeral Home, still providing the perfect tribute any family can afford.
Country Code, the largest distributors of poultry, frozen food, dry goods, they got plenty, the best quality. Country Code, yes man, for your chicken, beef, pork and your turkey, any occasion, any function, Country Code is your champion. Throughout Grenada, Carrigu and Pity Matnick, any meat you want, name it, Country Code got it. Mega cold storage facilities, Country Code. What's on your barbecue grill for your party? Country Code, that's right. And when it's time to feed your family, Country Code, meeting your needs since 1969.
St. George's Baptist Church. Purpose: the channel God chooses to fulfill the needs of humanity. Vision: building communities which become the model for winning people to Christ. Mission, goal: empowering people to enjoy prosperity and fulfillment in life. These are the purpose, vision, and mission of the St. George's Baptist Church.
I am Pastor Stanford Simon, coming to you live out of Istanbul, Turkey, to be exact. I'm on Baghdad Road, man. It's full of history. Amazing place. And we break the discussion, took a break, because, I can't give you all this talk, right? Trying to break it up. And talking to them. The last time they was talking to us, we were talking about the children on April 23rd, where the children was in charge of the country, pretty much. The parliament, the president. I mean, this happened. This is real. Ataturk, the father of independence, like Sayed Machugeri, a father for independence. This man set out a vision for his country over 100 years ago. And since then, every government have been coming and carry out that vision and fulfilling it. And the people make sure that they do it. And where the country is fully developed, really amazingly developed, because these people put a lot into their country. And the vision that is set out, next government come and just break it down and tear it apart and not do it. No, the people make sure that they keep in line with the vision. Yeah, change things, do things in your own way, but you have to keep the vision of the father of independence alive, and that was important for them. And one of the things that the father of the independence did, Atatürk, is to be able to give April 23rd, which is the day for children, where they take responsibility for the country. Really, they give orders and instruction. That's amazing. It's not crazy, but it's true. It happened here, and you could see the result of that in what happened. One of the things I have seen is the amount of things for children all over the country. Well, in Istanbul, where I am, I see so much of it, and that's all over the country. But it shows again what vision is like. And so I want to continue the discussion with them and pick up from where we left off in that discussion. And it's amazing when you can sit and talk. And the two persons I'm speaking to is Steve Matika, who is from Iraq originally. He opened a company, lived here in Turkey for a while to open a company here. And his partner is Sabit Saham. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. They both sat down to have a chat with me about the history of Turkey and reflecting on its people and its leadership and its history. And they were talking to me about the children. So we'll pick up from that discussion going forward. It's an amazing discussion. We go over now and join the discussion with Stev and Sabit on the history of Turkey. Wow, we need to get that more. So that seems to be one of the things I also, as you mentioned that, I see playgrounds for children. Everywhere.
Yes.
I mean, I see things for kids everywhere.
Yes. Playgrounds and parks for the kids and for the people, also for the families, because they take care of the families here. It's everywhere. And it's modern. And they do maintenance every 6 months. Every year, so they change some of them. They put in new designs. They, if it needs to change even the surface, they change it. So that thing, because why? You have to help all of these families to have a good life, a good atmosphere, that they could produce and they could renew your country and run your country for better.
But that sounds like a really excellent idea. In many ways, is it one of the reasons why Turkey is so progressive, so united, so clear in its vision, where the children at school, they know the government see them as important to their future and pay particular attention to the children, because you see it as you walk the street and you go into the buildings.
Yes, of course.
Maybe you are watching outside, then you see the more better than us, but you see that everyone is organized for the kids, for the playgrounds, everything. I will tell one thing more. This is also the city for also cats. We call it the city Cats Istanbul.
Oh yeah. Yes, I Cats Istanbul. Listen.
Also cats sometimes more important than the for other things. Yeah.
No, I see cats. What about Turkey and cats? There are cats everywhere. People lap them. The people pick them. There's food everywhere for them. There are people going into stores. The cats are in the stores.
You are not like more than 2-3 days. It is raining a little bit, but when the sun is comes again, you see a lot of cats outside. But the cats, or mayor of the Istanbul announced, Istanbul is the capital of the cats in the world.
Yeah.
So in our culture, only in Turkey, we believe that cats are part of our life. We have to be. We have very strict rules. The cats has to be in your street, so you have to take care. Take care of the cats. Cats. Also, the municipality make an injection and they control them, and if there's make a bird control. So if you go to any place, any restaurants, in coffee shops, not restaurants, coffee shops, even the metros, if you are wondering about it, check it. Istanbul, cats, Google it, you see what you are going to see.
I see it.
Even the concert hall, I will show you later.
The concert hall?
In the concert hall, one time there international musics, and one cat jumped to the concerts, and everybody waited for the cats, what they are going to do, and I will show you some videos. I will show you the videos. This is very important for us. If you harm and hurt the cats, it's not good for our believers. So that's why the cats are part of our life.
So where did that come from? Or how did
I
that
think
start?
the cats' origin from Turkey. They started from the Babylon.
From Babylon.
Babylon, and also the eastern border of the Turkey. The first cats. It was not the domestic animals. It was the wild, but 10,000 years ago, 15,000 years ago, I don't know, but the cat's origin comes from Turkey, and it's spread all over the world from the Turkey.
You were saying something?
Yes, I was trying to mention something. Mesopotamia, it starts from Turkey and goes down to another countries. So the first area it was here, because why? The Tigris and the Euphrates, the two rivers, the main springs for the water starts from Turkey. Yes, it starts from
Yes,
Turkey.
all the civilizations started from east of Turkey.
The let's say the Sumerians, they were in East Turkey, East-South Turkey. Then the Hittites, they were in the middle of Turkey, middle to the north. Okay. Then the Roman, they were in Istanbul area, western Turkey, and so this is the start of Turkey. But if we are talking about Istanbul, we have to talk about the Ottomans and the Byzantine, let's say. Okay.
Roman and Byzantine same, but in the
Yes.
18th century, they announced like
If you
Byzantine.
talk about old Turkey, before Istanbul, where it start there where the rivers is, because usually the human, they are go after the fresh water and fresh life and so.
Yes.
So it start there. The life it starts from there.
Yeah. There was one civilization named the Sumerians. Sumerians, why important? Sumerians created the laws. The first written laws in the world.
Writing laws.
Laws comes from the Sumerians.
So, you were saying?
The Sumerians start the writing,
Mm-hmm.
Before the people, they cannot write. There was no books, nothing. They start the first writing. They use the nail, and then they shape the nail on the clay. So they write on the clay.
You're flipping a nail?
They flipping on the clay.
Yeah, on the clay.
Yes. To write the words. So there's A, B, C, and so, but in different shape. In Sumerian, we are talking about 10,000 years ago.
10,000 years ago.
Yes.
Then after that, little bit it changed, little bit by little bit, it changed to Aramaic. Aramaic, which is now, we call it Jesus language. At that time, 2,000 years ago, and before Jesus, it was Aramaic. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Which is the civilizations that they were here living in Turkey, and it goes down to Middle East, like Iraq, Jerusalem, Syria, all of this city. It starts from there, and they talk this language. This was the first language that you could communicate, like how we talk in English now.
Yes,
this was the first language that the people, they communicate all around. Okay?
But Aramaic language.
The
Aramaic.
Aramaic language.
Not Aramaic. Aramaic.
Aramaic language.
Aramaic.
Yes.
Aramaic language. Samar, that's your people.
Yes.
You come from the...
Yes, I come from this culture. Original, I am Chaldean. Okay, from Babylon.
So you come from Babylon?
Yes.
So
I'm
you're
original.
So
Babylon.
So hold on a minute. So you were born in Babylon?
No, I didn't born in Babylon. But original, my culture.
Your culture?
My family, born in Turkey, because Babylon, it was big empire also.
Yeah.
So my family came from South Turkey. Okay, and South Turkey belongs to Babylon.
It was the first Christian empire.
It was It's before Christian.
Yes.
You know, before Christian, there was no belief, not Judaism, no Christian, nothing at
Yes,
that
yes.
time. So it starts. Also, it was
Very
here
old,
in
yes.
South Turkey and goes down to Iraq. Babylon now it's in Iraq, but before there was no Iraq, nothing, no Turkey. It was one empire. You know, they called Babylon. Then after that, they changed the empires. Another empires they came Akkadian, they came Persian. You know,
Persian is the Iran. Iran.
Iran,
yes.
Right.
Iran they call it now. So it changed sometimes, okay, but the people, the original of that area, they don't forget the language, they don't forget the food, they don't change something like the style of life, you know. Until now, I speak with my kids and my wife in this language, in Aramaic.
This language,
Aramaic.
Yes.
4,000 years old
This
language.
5,000 years old.
5,000 years old.
He's
Yes.
speaking this language.
I
So
will-
I am also surprising. I'm testing. You know, that I'm speaking Turkish language.
Turkish language.
Turkish language is a mix of the many words. You know, coming from the mix of many words. But when I speak the one old Turkish language,
The old Turkish
old
language.
old one. You know, my fathers are speaking sometimes. Also, still sometimes I'm using some of the words.
Uh-huh.
I am testing origin 5,000 years coming from Aramaic language.
Yes, this is the
It's
same
the-
words.
Same
They
words.
use-
Same word.
Same
Yes.
words. It's
Same
funny.
words.
I'm using now the 20th century one words.
Uh-huh.
Origin coming from Aramaic language because I believe that it's a Turkish language, but the origin coming from Aramaic language because our country is like a vegetable soup. You know, the mix for everything. So even the language also mix comes from the 5,000 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we are using some English words, French words,
Right.
even some little bit Arabic, Russian words. Everything they mix each other, but also we are own words, Turkish words, connected with Central Asia also, like the Hungarians. They are speaking the similar words we are speaking, but I'm surprised. Most of the words coming from Aramaic, 5,000 years old.
Wow. That so then let me ask this question. Sorry, let me give me thought back on this.
Yes.
So Stev, so you then can trace your family line back a couple hundred
Couple
years?
about not 100, more than that.
1,000 maybe.
Maybe up to the time that we left from Turkey,
Yes.
I could know, you know.
You could trace your
I
family
could trace,
line.
let's say 700 or 800 years ago.
800 years.
Yes.
You can-
Means
you can
that,
trace
that,
that,
that you could call the names of
Yes,
your
yes.
Yes, I could call the names.
700 years.
About 700 years, and
You could trace your family line.
you could
Yes.
trace
Be-
your
because
family.
it was passed on to you by like your father and
By
father.
father to son,
Uh-huh.
the names, and then always we remind our kids.
So you
This
know
is
teaching
my-
your kids.
Yes, who is your first?
Give us an example. Sorry, I'm fascinated
yes,
by
yes,
that.
yes.
Give us an example of what would that song like.
So like, for
Aramaic
example-
language.
So in Aramaic, you mean?
Yeah.
So if I, for example, me, I'm Steve, Jalal, my father, Metika, grandfather,
Mhm.
Stevu, Shayoka, Yeldiku, Toma, and the last one that he was in Turkey, his name is Daniel.
Daniel,
Daniel, he was in Turkey.
not
Not Daniel the prophet. No, the guy, his name is
Yeah, right,
Daniel.
right, Daniel.
Yes.
So like that, you would then be able to teach as your father have taught you and the grandfather have taught your father. You then teaching your child, and you can trace your family line 800 years.
Yes. Of course.
Wow.
Yes.
That's-
Also, this is originally his country. Why? Because of they are very old. You know, maybe you can also mention about for the first Christianity also. You know,
First
the
Christianity.
the Virgin. Tell about the Virgin Mary is where it
Yes.
is located, and the
Is
Saint Nicholas.
San Nicholas, which is Santa Claus, we call it now.
Yes.
He was here in Turkey, South Turkey,
Yes.
in Antalya. Now the name they call that city Antalya. So Santa Claus, the now everybody mention about and so.
Yes. At
It was
Christmas.
here. He was the bishop. He was a bishop here.
So it was an actual person.
It was actual person. He is saint and he is bishop. So Virgin Mary, when she left Jerusalem, they came to Ephesus. Ephesus is here in Turkey.
Wait, the Virgin Mary, which is Jesus' mother,
Jesus' mother.
when she left Jerusalem,
Yes.
she
came
came
to Turkey.
she came
Now
to Turkey.
Yes.
She died in Turkey also.
She died in Turkey. She lived in Ephesus.
Now the Pope.
Ephesus is the same place
Is it-
that Paul speak about.
Yes.
Same place that Ephesus that Paul he speak about is here in Turkey. Okay.
Yes.
Same place.
100,
Same area.
140 kilometers far from my home.
140 kilometers from Izmir, the new name now. They
Right,
call it.
Izmir,
Yes,
right.
Yes.
Izmir.
Also, the Pope was in Vatican, came and visit this place.
The Pope visit the house, Mary house in Ephesus. You
Ephesus
could go and
is a
visit
very,
her
very-
house.
So the house is still there.
Yes,
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 of
yes.
course.
Mary's house that she
Yes,
actually lived
yes,
in is
yes,
still here.
yes, yes.
A lot of pilgrims,
Uh-huh.
they come from all over the world to visit Ephesus for this reason. You
They
know?
make a privilege.
They come to check, to see in them eyes that if this is the house, this is the area, to see, you will see a lot of church in that area. Okay? Also, after Jesus, the Christianity, it was suffering from from the other people that they were fighting with them, and so they escaped from there, and they have to go to the safe area. So they came to Ephesus, and some of them they went to South Turkey, okay, and some of them they went to Iraq, okay. So also Iraq is very important because why? The big community of Judaism, it was in Iraq. After the Babylon, they occupied the people from Jerusalem and they took them
Took them from Jerusalem to
Iraq.
Babylon. Yes.
To Babylon at that time.
Nebuchadnezzar did that.
Nebuchadnezzar,
Right.
he took them there. So big community was there in Iraq, So St. Thomas and the two disciples,
St. Thomas. Right.
and two disciples with him, they came to Iraq. The name was not Iraq at that time, They called Beth Nahrain in our language, okay? Means Mesopotamia in English.
Mesopotamia, right.
Yes.
That's mentioned in the Bible, New Testament. Uh-huh.
Yes, so they came to Beth Nahrain, which is Mesopotamia, and then they start preaching by the Jewish families, and they talking about Jesus came, Jesus risen, and we witnessed him. I put my finger in the place that Jesus
Spear. Uh-huh.
Yes. So many people they believe him, and many people they convert from Judaism to Christianity. Okay, so after that, Christianity starts from there and from Turkey again, from Ephesus and so. So Saint Paul, he took from the area from Ephesus. Saint Peter, also he was here in Turkey from Antakya.
Yes.
Okay. Also, you could go and see First Church there. That Saint Peter he was praying in Antakya. Okay. So from there, Saint Peter goes to Rome to go to West, and then Saint Paul's also from there, and he joined Saint Peter, and they go to the West, and Saint Thomas goes to India, Persia, Iraq, Persia, which is Iran now.
Right.
Then all the cities like India, Pakistan, and so they were spreading the Christianity there. They are announcing that Jesus came, and we are witnessing him, and so it's the joyful you have
Right.
to give. So this was the joyful.
So that was the joyful part.
And the center of this,
Yes.
it was in Ephesus, where Mary and the other disciples
Maybe
was.
you can check from here.
Yeah,
The house
yeah.
of the Virgin Mary, where is it located? In the
Yeah.
here, in
The
the south.
actual house.
Yes.
So there people go to pilgrimage.
Yes.
there.
Yes.
Yes,
Well, I
go and
haven't.
visit.
But I had to come back to.
I'm telling you, you cannot visit everything in 1 week.
You see.
Even 1 month is not enough.
No, because
You have to make every year
Yeah, the history is rich.
one part.
So I'm going to go a little bit on what you said. Now in Babylon, right, which is where you family migrated from Turkey.
It's not migrated. Before it was one country. You know, there's no borders.
Oh, there were borders.
Yes,
Okay, so
there's
it
no
wasn't
borders.
that. So where your families are, what would they say? Your family was, some people are herders, some people are, where did your family come? What,
from?
Yeah.
Okay. My family came, my mother from Mardin, which is the new name now, a city in South Turkey, very old city, maybe about
3,000, 4,000 years old.
4,000 years.
Uh-huh.
My father came from Hakkari, also very old city, okay, maybe about 5,000 years. So, not my father, like now my father, but my grandfather came from there, okay?
Right.
So, all of these, they were connected, also it was connected to the same geography with Iraq, with Syria, with everywhere, you know. It was one piece, one part. There's no pieces, this is Iraq, this is, I don't know what, only one it was. So, at the end, they end off, let's say, 800 years ago, they end in one village in North Iraq, okay, they called El-Kush.
El-Kush.
El-Kush is written in the Old Testament, okay.
Where in the Old Testament?
The Nahum,
And
Nahum the prophet.
Yes, Nahum.
Okay, you could see when you open the Bible in Old Testament.
Nahum.
Nahum, the El-Kushite.
Yes.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
so
Nahum.
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 Yes. In my language.
I know it's Nahum.
Nahum.
But then in
my-
your language it is
Nahum.
Nahum.
Yes,
But,
Nahum.
but we say Nahum in English.
Yes, I know.
Right. That is in the Old Testament.
Yes.
Right. Go
Right,
ahead.
so Nahum, it's 3,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
3,000 years, which is one of the prophet God sent him to help his people that they were in exile, the Jewish that they were in exile.
Right.
Okay. So Nahum, he was in my village, and he created there, and he was talking to the people to come close, and he was always warning the king of Nineveh.
So he was warning the king of Nineveh, the same that Jonah was, the same.
Jonah came after Nahum.
Jonah came after Nahum.
Also, Jonah came after Nahum,
Uh-huh.
but Jonah died in Nineveh, which is the new name now. They called Mosul. It's in Iraq, and Nahum tomb. It's in Iraq. It's in the area they called El-Kush. Okay, you could Google it and you
Right.
can see that. So, Nahum, he was speaking with the people about God, how you have to be close to God,
And to repent.
to repent. Don't follow the like you have to follow your rules and so, you know.
Mm.
So he died there. He died in El-Kush.
Ashko. So
It's in mine. I'm saying El-Kush because in English, but if I say in the real name,
what's the real
it's
name?
El-Kush.
El-Kush.
El-Kush. What does it mean? El is God.
Uh-huh.
Kosh, you know what you call this? The arrow.
The bone and arrow?
The bone and arrow.
Yes.
Yes. This is we call Kosh.
Okay.
Yes.
So
El,
it's God arrow.
God of the arrow.
God of the arrow.
Yes. El-Kush.
Yes.
So that is, and he died in your
In
buried.
that village. Yes.
So they have a tomb for him there.
Of course.
A tomb
Yes.
for Nahum.
Tomb for Nahum.
Uh-huh.
It's there in the village, and you can go and visit. You know.
Okay, that's a lot of history.
There's a lot of history.
But it's important because the linkages coming through to Turkey.
Yes.
And you're looking at the kingdom that your Roman Empire and
Yes.
then the
Ottoman Empire.
Ottoman Empire, but yet still you have this relationship with God.
Yes.
And Mary moving from Jerusalem, coming to
Ephesus.
to Ephesus. Also Paul, that is also in Turkey.
Yes, of course.
Most of Jesus' disciples,
Yes.
most of them, they came to Ephesus, to Turkey. They escaped to Turkey, you know. They run here
Mm-hmm.
because of the Romans and then the things that they were facing there.
Even you can talk
You know.
about the Nicaea Council.
So, yeah, I will talk.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, when they came to Ephesus, they start from there. Again, the Christianity start from Turkey. For that, Turkey is very important for Christianity.
Repeat that.
But let me ask you something. if you run from one area,
Yes.
okay, and you have your idea and so with you.
Yes.
So you have to start from there, your idea again, to all over the world.
Yes.
So they run from
Jerusalem.
Jerusalem
Uh-huh.
because there was
Persecution.
for them.
Yes.
They went to Ephesus. They came to Ephesus here,
Ephesus, which is in Turkey.
which is in Turkey, which is safe. It was for them, and the people there are well educated in that area. Okay,
Yes.
because they read. He was talking to you about Pergamon. Pergamon is very close to Ephesus.
Yes.
You know, so the people they were well educated.
Let me ask, on the whole empire that was the Roman.
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 The Roman Empire, right?
Everything
Right.
under Roman Empire.
Right.
But
Yes.
Roman at that time they were atheists.
They were atheists. They didn't believe in God.
They don't believe in God. But
Pagan. We call pagan.
pagan.
Yes.
Pagan.
Pagan.
Yes.
Pagan. They were
Pagan.
pagan.
So they were pagan. They don't know nothing about God. So by the time when the disciples came, okay, they start to spread from here, from Ephesus. Why? Because the people they were well educated. He was telling you a while ago that there's a
that
big
time,
library.
2,000 years
Yeah.
ago, the population 200,000 in Ephesus population.
200,000 was in Ephesus then.
Yes.
But in Ephesus, they were well educated. That
Yes.
gave the reason why Paul and those folks ended up in
Writing very nice
writing
letters.
very nice letters
Yes.
because the people there was well educated and
Yes.
been able to write well,
Yes.
speak well.
Of course.
Yes. Also, Pergamon has a very big library, one of the biggest library in the world.
Uh-huh.
So you know the Pergamon names comes from the you know the Persian paper. How do you call it in English? Persian paper. You know the architects write make some models, some drawings. You know that time. Anyway, I don't want to jump everything, but you know the Pergamon was very important for the library, for libraries and medical systems,
Yes.
for everything. So that's why they spread the religion.
And Pergamon is close to Ephesus.
Yes.
Yes.
So in that you had really a lot was happening. So it's good reason for Paul and his
the
disciples to
disciples.
be there because that is where the center of learning was.
And
Yes.
other big important cities, very important. First one is pressed is Sardes.
Sardes.
Ephesus,
also-
Sardes,
Sardes.
Ephesus, Sardes.
Sadicea
Sardis is written also in Holy Bible.
in Holy Bible, in
Yes.
New Testament.
In New Testament.
Yes, but
When Paul he said he talking to somebody, I forget the name. He's talking about for somebody from Sardis.
yes, yes. No,
I forget the name.
I try to remember the name myself.
It was here also close to Ephesus.
Ah,
Yes.
okay,
So the people, it was well-educated village around.
right.
They work, they make they make them money, and so from
Correct.
the food that they are
Trades,
plenty,
yes.
and they trades.
Because
And at the same time, they are well-educated because why? They are
Rich also.
they go to all over the world from that area. Okay.
ah,
So for that, it make it easy for Paul and the other disciples to talk to the people.
right.
So they were educated. Yes, you have to talk to them in a way that you have to teach them how Jesus came, how Jesus risen, you know. So that was the place to start again the Christianity, and so
Because people understood in Paul being educated,
Yes.
because he then was one of the men coming out of being a Pharisee, well educated. He was able to speak
yes,
to these people because he then could communicate with them at the higher level.
yes. So this area was well educated, and also in the area that I told you in Babylon Empire, it was at that time, and they called Mesopotamia.
Yes.
Okay, that area also they were well educated, and they have them libraries, and so for that St. Thomas, when he came there and he talked, everybody listened to him. They were also well educated. Okay.
Ah.
Yes. So these two areas,
Babylon and Ephesus.
and Ephesus, it's Mesopotamia, because Babylon at that time
Yes.
it was not exist.
Right.
It
So
was finished.
Right.
you
So
know.
Mesopotamia.
Mesopotamia, which is South Turkey, and Ephesus also South Turkey.
West
not-
Turkey. Ephesus
West
Turkey.
Turkey.
Right.
Okay, and the other one, Mesopotamia, South Turkey, they start from their two big hubs. Okay, when you have well-educated people around you, it's easy to talk to them, and it's easy to spread your word of God, okay? And they will help other people to understand who is God, who is Jesus, who we are, we come from where, what we need, you know?
And so that's why the gospel were able to be spread so quickly.
Yes.
Yes.
Because coming out of Ephesus, which was a place of where many people come for learning, and they went back to the different countries.
Yes.
Of course.
If they received Christ, they were able to go back to the different
Yes.
villages.
For example, if I come from Greece, let's say,
Mhm.
and I'm studying in Pergamon, and Paul stand up, St. Paul, he stand up and he's talking about Jesus, and we witnessed him, and this happened with me and that, and I ask him a question and he answer me, and he answer me, and so when I go back to my country, I will take with me this spirit, and I will talk to my family, I will talk to my friends, and then this was the way. This
Also,
was the
St.
chain.
Paul
You know?
start from Tartus. Also, Tartus is in Turkey.
Tarsus, yes.
Yes,
No,
in Turkey.
Tarsus is in Turkey.
Yes, yes.
Of course.
I didn't realize that.
So also the Nicaea,
Nicaea.
Nicaea,
There's three councils. First three councils for the church. Council, what is it? The council is they make it. All the church, they come together, different churches,
Yes.
This was in the first council was on the 3rd century, okay. It was in Nicaea.
Nicaea is very close to Istanbul.
So now, all the churches that they came from different parts of the world,
Mm-hmm.
all the bishops, all the patriarchs, and so cardinals, which is now they call it. So they came together. They came from China, they came from India, they came from Iraq, they came from West, East, South, everywhere, They sit together and they start discussing about the laws in Christianity, what we have to do. So it was here in Turkey also, in Nicaea. The
First
second one-
council.
First council in
First
Nicaea.
council of
Is
Turkey.
in Turkey,
in
Nicaea.
Second council, yesterday I show you the area. It was here in Istanbul. They called Halkidun.
Halkidun, yes, you
Yes,
showed me that.
I show you the area, and I show you these old churches, and so
Yeah.
we are talking about 1700 years ago, So it was here also in Istanbul, okay.
Mm-hmm.
The third council, it was in Nicaea, again,
50, I don't know.
650 something,
Years ago?
It was the year of 600.
600, okay.
It was also in Nicaea,
Nicaea.
Wow.
Yes.
So the history of Turkey, it is not just all roads lead through Turkey. All roads is in Turkey that lead to the rest of the
Yes.
world.
Yes.
Because even for Christianity, Turkey then have played an important role,
Yes.
both for Muslim and for Christianity.
Christianity, yes, of
Here.
course. Yes,
Yes,
of course.
In Turkey.
Even, that we have still in the Orthodox Patriarch, how do you call it?
Patriarch. Orthodox Patriarch.
Is the head of the Orthodox Patriarchs is in Istanbul still.
Head of the
Yes, the Orthodox Patriarch.
Orthodox Patriarch.
Yes, he's in Istanbul.
Like
they
a
call
Vatican
the
of-
Patriarch of Constantinople.
Consummate. That's the first place where the Christian met.
No, Constantinople means Istanbul.
Is Istanbul,
Yes,
same
yes,
place?
yes.
Yes.
Polis
The-
means in the antique words. Polis means the city.
Means
Constantine's city. The Constantine is a
who's Constantine?
king of the Byzantine. Polis means in the the old Greek language or the old Roman language.
Byzantine.
Polis means city. Constantinopolis means Constantine's city.
Okay.
king-
Repeat that
Yes.
slowly.
Yes.
Look, King Constantine,
Yes.
he built the Istanbul that you see, the old Istanbul. Okay.
Mm.
So, the city was named after him. They called Constantinopolis. Constantine, he was the king that he built it.
Mm-hmm.
Polis means city in Greek language.
Greek language.
Okay, so for that they called Constantinopolis. Okay,
All right.
that was the name.
Yes.
Yes, and he chose the city to build here. Okay, and he was in the council that we are talking about,
That road.
the second council.
Second council. Yes.
Yes, he was there.
He was
that
there.
council. Yes. So he and his mother Helena, they were the first Roman king that they became Christian. He was Constantine. He was the first Roman king.
First, it was the pagans. The Romans
were
are pagans.
Pagans.
Pagans. The Romans
Pagans.
were pagans.
They were
Pagans.
pagans. The first Roman king that he became a Christian, he was Constantine and his mother Helena. You know? So, for that, he built Constantinople. For that, he built... Because why? He realized the Christianity starts from Turkey. For that, he built Constantinople.
He built that. But that's also why he bring all the churches together.
Yes.
He was king, so he...
Yes.
Yes.
Right, so you read that, but you don't understand the background. We read it, but the total background of that. So because he brought all these people... So that's the reason he was a king, and he became a Christian, both he and his mother.
Yes.
And then he brought now people from all over the world to look at the Bible.
Not to look at the
But
Bible.
not look at the Bible, but to put it
It
together.
was the first Christian city around the world, Constantinople.
Yes, it was the first Christian
The
city.
first Christian empire, let's say, start from here, from Istanbul. Okay?
Yes, but it was the Orthodox.
There was no Orthodox and
That
Catholic
time,
at
yes,
that time.
yes, yes.
There was nothing, because in Europe they were not at that time in European.
Yeah.
They don't know nothing about Jesus, and so they were non-believers.
Later on, I mean
Yes.
later, yes.
But he is the first person, Constantine. He was the first empire in East, let's say East Roman,
Uh-huh.
which is they call Byzantine sometimes. Okay,
sometimes East Rome,
East
sometimes
Rome,
Byzantine.
he was
Both are
the
same.
first. He was the first king that he became Christian.
Because, right, first king became Christian because the Roman Empire was here.
No, not just because of that, because he believed in Jesus.
Right.
Okay, and then he built the city, which is called Constantinople in Istanbul.
The Roma in Italy is the pagan. They don't know. They don't
know nothing about Jesus.
They
We are
don't
talking
not
about
believers.
The 3rd century, Pastor.
Uh-huh.
We are talking about the 3rd century.
The third century.
Third century.
So, the 3rd century, that was before the Roman.
First 300 years,
Uh-huh.
the Europe don't know nothing about.
So that Europe didn't know nothing
For
about
that
God
they
then.
killed.
They were pagans.
For that they killed St. Paul's, they killed St. Peter's. There, that was the reason.
Yes.
But Christianity didn't die, because in Turkey they were every time grow up little bit the Christians. Okay, so what happened? Constantine, when he find the Christianity growing up, he built his city here in Istanbul. Istanbul is the new name, but the real name, the before old name, let's say, it was Constantinople.
Police.
Constantinopolis, and he built first church, huge one that we
Hagia
see.
Sophia.
Tomorrow I will take you to Hagia Sophia.
Hagia Sophia, until the 17th century, it was the biggest church in the world. Until 17th century.
And I'm going there to see tomorrow.
The pilgrims come from all over the world at that time. The believers, if you want to become a Christian, you have to come to Hagia Sophia at that
Hagia
time.
Sophia, yes.
If you want to become a Christian, if you come from Asia, if you want to come from Africa, if you are coming from Europe, you want to become a Christian, you could come, visit Hagia Sophia. They teach you about Jesus, they baptize you, and then you could live any place you want, because this was a Christian
Society.
atmosphere, and the Christian life and everything start from here. To tell you,
so then you think about Turkey, for people who's coming from all over the world,
Yes.
and especially when Constantine,
Yes.
who was the king,
Yes.
became a Christian, and his mother became a Christian,
Yes.
he then was a symbol of the Christian faith.
exactly.
And then people was coming here.
Yes.
Yes.
And is that why you have so many churches and so many...
Churches, different churches,
different churches,
names,
yes.
You know, for that you have all of these, you know.
Oh, that's very powerful. But I want to go back. I need to go back to...
Yes, okay, yes.
To
Sabit.
Sabit. I want to go back to him. So I want to take a break now take a word from my sponsors, and I come back, and we are speaking about, what's his name?
Sabit. Mustafa Kemal Atatürk.
Yes.
The founder of Turkey.
The
Mustafa
founder of Turkey. We
Yes,
want to
yes,
talk
yes.
about him.
We are talking about the founder of New Turkey,
New Turkey.
Right, the new Turkey.
the father of the Turks.
The
Yes,
the
yes,
father
yes.
of the Turks.
In 1923. Our country is established 1923.
923, right. So we take a word from our sponsors, and then I
Yes,
come
yes,
back and speaking to Stev, Matika, and Sabit surname. Shahin here in Turkey. Listen, this is really interesting. This is good history. I cannot miss that. Take a word from my sponsors. We come back, and then I have a discussion with Struman. We're talking about the father of Turkey. That's the discussion. Also, I want to talk about the food. Because, I mean, when I think about it, we was talking today about you have over 300 different soups. It could be more.
Yes.
But
yes.
I want to talk about it. But food is good, I must say. We take a word, folks. Unbelievable. Good information. I'm coming back.
The Grenada Investment Development Corporation's investment promotion agency, in collaboration with the St. George's Baptist Church, presents Community Outreach, the SGBC edition, calling all entrepreneurs and business people or persons interested in entrepreneurship. Join us on Saturday, June 14, 2025 from 10 a.m. at the St. George's Baptist Church Sanctuary in Spring, St. George. Come gain information on marketing tips, understanding investment opportunities, learning about government grants, loans, and other support initiatives, as well as investment journey practical steps. We have a special Q&A session just for you. Save the date, Saturday, June 14, 2025 at 10 a.m. at the St. George's Baptist Church, Spring, St. George. We can't wait to see you there.
What's his name again?
Atatürk.
Okay.
Atatürk. I have to. We need an Atatürk in every country of the world, really, because with a man setting out a vision like that, and over 100 years to see his country that modern, that developed, and its people seems to stand on the 10th of October at 9:05 a.m.
Yes.
The country come to a stop.
Yes.
For 2 minutes.
2 minutes, yes.
Oh, right across the country, everything stopped.
Yes,
Construction,
stop.
driving, everything come to a stop
Yes.
to remember him
Yes.
for what he has done for your country. What is his full name again?
Mustafa Kemal Atatürk.
God bless him.
You know, his name was Mustafa Kemal, but the nation give the surname special. This name, this gentleman.
So
okay?
Atatürk, he added the last part.
Yeah, the last surname, the Mustafa Kemal.
Yeah.
In that time, Turkey everybody was a one name. Okay, your name is Steve. Your name is
Steve.
the only. But he also put to the rules. Everybody has to have 2 names because there are many Steves. Okay, whatever they put to everybody 2 names. Then the nation, the Turkish nation, give him as a special surname. Only in all the Turkey, this surname has only one. This gentleman.
And
Atatürk. The name you cannot find the second people. The name is surname is Atatürk.
Only one Atatürk.
And it's him.
Only one Atatürk all over the world. Nobody else.
Nobody else. Only one name in the world. Wow. There's one name. You can nobody can put to this surname anybody else.
Wow, what a way to end this interview. It has been an amazing discussion. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for sharing. It's amazing information, and I'm sure my people, Grenada, and across the world who are listening to this interview would have learned a lot about Turkey. I've learned a lot, and I really want to thank you both for spending the time, and you have sit with me, and it has been a beautiful, excellent, enjoyable discussion.
Thank you.
And I thank you. And Steve Metika, thank you for coming and being a part of what. And you are in Grenada, and we look forward in having you back in Grenada. Thank you for taking me to Turkey. And Sabit Shahin, who is Turkish.
Yes.
Is Turkish.
Yes. Turkish. Original. 300 years roots here in this country.
And you have lived here your life, and you have developed, been part of the development of this country. And thank you for accepting me and helping me, and also still working to ensure that we have a lot of things that Steve bring to Grenada, and to work with Steve collectively to make our country better. Thank you, because you are also part of that process of helping us to be better.
Yes.
And I want to thank you first for spending the time to talking with me, and secondly for making yourself available to help us as a country with the material you send and you search for and give to us. Thank you so much. God's riches, blessings.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right, folks, I am Pastor Stanford Simon. It has been a long discussion, I know, but it was well thought and a lot of information. Thank you for sharing. I am here in Turkey, coming to you live from Turkey, Istanbul, to be exact. Baghdad Road is not too far from where I am. And what is that story with Baghdad Road? I'm sorry. What is the story with Baghdad Road?
The Baghdad Road, if you put the names, the Ottoman Empire, when they go to the war in the country, one place, this road goes to that time in Baghdad. The army goes to the Baghdad for fighting or to save the people. I can say the save the people. This goes from this road.
Yes.
The people, that time the government put the name of the city is Baghdad city, because this road goes to Baghdad. Also, we have other roads goes to Macedonia, other different names. We have different names. If the road goes which country?
Which country? It depends on where. So does this road lead to Baghdad?
Baghdad.
It's very far.
It's very far. All right, folks, thank you so much. Have a great day. Look forward to sharing with you. You never know where I will be, but wherever I am, I will be bringing you a story of the country for my special thanks again to Steve and
Sabit
Shaim, as they have shared with us the story of this beautiful country called Turkey and the place. It is very interesting. Yeah, I can't believe it. I am in this beautiful city.
Istanbul.
And the old name?
And the old
Constantinopolis.
Constantinopolis. That's the city, and close to Baghdad Road.
Yeah.
Take care, folks. God blessings. I'm Pastor Stanford Simon. Thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye.
Living on free food ticket, water in the milk from the holes in the roof when the rain came through. What can you do? Ooh. Tears from your little sister, crying 'cause she doesn't have a dress without a patch or a party to go. What do you know? She'll get back, for she's living in the love of a common people. Smiles from the heart of a family man. Daddy's gonna buy you twinkle, twinkle. Mommy's gonna love you till as much as she can. It's a good thing you don't have a bus fare. It would fall through the holes in your pocket and you lose it in the snow on the ground. You got to walk into town to find a job, trying to keep your hands warm, but the holes in your shoe and the snow comes through, boy, it chills you to the bone. I say you better go home where you'll be warm, and you will live in the love of a common people. Smiles from the heart of a family man. Daddy's gonna buy you twinkle, twinkle. Mommy's gonna love you till as much as she can. She can, she can, she can, she can, she can, she can. Living on dreams ain't easy. The closer the knits, the tighter the fit, and the chills stay away. You got to take them in stride. Family pride. You know that faith is your foundation. With a whole lot of love and a warm conversation, man, don't forget the place. I say you better go home. You'll be strong, and you will live in the love of a common people. Smiles from the heart of a family man. Daddy's gonna buy you twinkle, twinkle. Mommy's gonna love you till as much as she can. She can, she can, she can, she can, she can, she can.
you heard it there from Peter Tosh. Struggling, poor people. Working through the issues is never easy, and there are many of you out there who are working through the issues. Then you heard from Eric Dawson there, Freedom Street, and looking for it is never easy. There's always the difficulties and challenges that we face in life, but we gotta be ready for it. I know there are many of you who wish you was in another place, another time. There are many of you wish you could have gotten out of that marriage relationship, out of that relationship, out of that home. Some of your children saying, I'm done with it, but the reality of it, you can't go anywhere. Your mother is your mother, your father is your father, and you cannot look after yourself. So you're talking. There are many of you, you're 30 years old, you're still in your mother's house, and you're complaining. What are you complaining about? Get your own, feel the struggle, feel the pain, and feel the agony. Yeah, you have a relationship with somebody, but you want to bring them home in mommy house. You got to change that. But I want you to know love is real, it's personal, and if you are falling in love, if you are in love, it is something to enjoy and something to accept. Do not run away from it. Love is present, forever present. It's always been there, have been challenged in so many ways, but yet still love has survived. And pure love is the most beautiful thing. And as you listen, this speak to the heart of the matter and the beauty within what we say, the reality of life itself.
Love when you lost your way, or pass your way. Pass your way. Oh, yeah. You got to know what you're doing. Life is a long journey. I met this girl the other day, and when I check her, she was far from reality. I never knew that before I met her. She was far away. Nobody people will live and I receive and I give them. Far from reality. One of my friends crossed the bridge, right which part me living there. Far away. Most of the people them living in space, and the spiritual one them living by grace. I will never forbid them my face. Corrections put in the right place. Yeah, you wear your shoes without the socks to get fungus. So you have to tread it like the Asian Congress. With them slanders and them brooms, you never bound us. The more you sleep, we give them chance to drown us. Yeah. This girl the other day, and when we check her, she was far from reality. I never knew that before I met her. She was far away. How many people will I live and I receive and I give them? Far from reality. One of my friends crossed the bridge, right which part me living there. Far away. Me hear them a shout out reality check. Dark yard give me from the reality check. You must see things say I saw reality make. Them no reality yet. Oh, me realize the time they are ahead of them. You know what pretend you can wait till you get rid of them. I went sorry for your sisters and you made of them. That's why me have fear the carry back of them, yeah. I met this girl the other day, and when me check her, she was far from reality. I never knew that before I met her. She was far away. Nobody people where I live and I receive and I give them. Far from reality. One of my friends crossed the bridge, right which part me live in there. Far away. To go out the road, pick the devil use you. And next thing your mother and your father knows you. Wicked man out there well want to use you. No time to make them abuse you. Aye. And remember to pray on your journey. Never too late and make it early. Remember you're black and you come late. Tell wickedness to run away, yeah. I met this girl the other day, and when we check her, she was far from reality. I never knew that before I met her. She was far away. So many people where I live and I receive and I give them. Far from reality. One of my friends crossed the bridge, right which part me live in there. Far away. Most of the people them living in space, and the spiritual one them living by grace. I will never forbid them my face. Corrections put in the right place. Yeah, you wear your shoes without the socks to get fungus. Yo, you have to tread it like
Oh, how we live our lives far from reality, and in the midst of our own reality, we cannot overcome the journey. There are Many of you who are struggling in your life where you are, and your reality is so deep and so bent. You cannot see beyond where you are, and there are many who need to dig deeper within and understand that life has so much to offer. Listen to this song, and I do hope you enjoy as we continue on this beautiful journey here.
Listen, I still believe that you love me, baby. I still believe that you care, darling. I still believe that you love me, baby. Forever, my lady. She would take her time, and she would walk a mile, and still I would ignore to even drop a line. No, I would give the world to have you back and smile. I took her for granted and lost it all. No, 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 no. She stayed both down my life, you know, she never look back. Sit up the rude boy push and give me hand and tank. I never did believe she could really do that. She run me like a dog and call me dirty brat. But I give my seem so good, I gotta clean up my act. She really wants a dab, but she don't want a yakety yak. But I know deep down she loves me, and she cares. I still believe that you love me, baby. I still believe that you care, darling. I still believe that you love me, baby. Forever, my lady. I know I've done you wrong, 'cause you and I belong. I'm reaching out to you, just listen to my song. Girl, I apologize for treating you so cruel. I took her for granted and lost it all. I still believe that you love me, baby. I still believe that you care, darling. I still believe that you love me, baby.
Oh, baby, I believe you will be there for me. I am Stanford Simon coming to you live out of. Oh, baby, 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 I believe that you love me. I believe that you will be there for me and give me all that I need. Oh, that's a beautiful thing, huh? When you love someone. Love is so beautiful when it's pure. When there's no hidden agendas, you know, when you love somebody purely. It's such a beautiful, beautiful thing. Oh man, if you have never fallen in love, yes, half of your life is missing. Trust me, it is. As I am back in the Spice Island, I were visiting Turkey, Baghdad Street. I was there with Steve Metika, and the interview I did, talking to Sabit and himself about Turkey. What an interesting story, really different. It's amazing as you look and see how this country has developed and changed, and visionary thinking by Ataturk that laid a foundation for a prosperous nation. And 100 years on, indeed, the country is prosperous. And you think about how their children, once a year, they are in charge of the country, and they give instruction what they would like to see in the coming year. And when you go across the country, there is so much playgrounds across the country, and they say, yeah, that was one of the instructions the children give to the government. Ataturk said, one day a year, the children is in charge, and they give instruction to what they would like to see, and the government have to follow and carry out those instructions once in line with the law. And so that's a beautiful thing. So you see a lot of things here for kids. That's good. That's a really beautiful thing, really. And that's the vision of Ataturk, the father of the nation, and they follow it. They follow the visionary thinking of the leader. And the problem is we don't have visionary thinkers anymore who think of the future. Politician thinks only in 5 years, getting re-elected. and we the people just fall in line with it. Make absolutely no sense. And that's why our country is the way it is, going on in circle. There's no development. True development only happened in the 4 years of the revolution. That's the only place we got true and sustainable development. And then the Yankee came and they sell those, those things we had in the industrial park, all this. I mean, we used to make soap, nectars. They sell it to Dominica, wherever they send it. These people and them, and the revolution was so bad, but we got the international airport. Do you know that the revolution had that road, right? The main road from the airport. That was to go through to Grandin's Valley. Down in the valley, the widen the road, would have gone up through Toby, we call it there, back to the cliffs. Widen the road, they would have removed that. That would have still stayed. But they was pretty much putting that in. There was clearly, the plan was there for it. And nobody followed. Everybody just, they forget everything the revolution had. Everything was bad. That's our problem. Every government come, they want to do their own thing, and they forget what the other government had in place, not looking at it objectively. Be able to say, okay, fine, this could work. Maybe, tweak it a bit. They're not doing that. Turkey, they have done so over the last 100 years, and they have really kept in line with the visionary thinking of their leader, Ataturk, who started the father of the nation. And so they are a well-developed country. It's amazing, but that's the reality. Although we have a man, Erdogan, now want to stay in power. That's a problem, Politician get too much power. Now Erdogan want to stay in power. So he's jailing his opponent. The mayor of Istanbul was jailed. And I remember Steve saying, they were signing up. People signing up. Steve said, you need to go and sign up. I said, Steve, I don't. Yeah, he had to have ID, to live, but people were signing up. Over 16 million persons signed and said, no, you should release the man. It's political. That's what we do, right? And either we get full of pride, this arrogance some of the politicians get when they get in power. They didn't have it before, but the power boy, oh Lord, I tell you, absolute power. Power corrupt, and absolute power corrupt absolutely. And that's the problem we're facing. That's why in so many ways the Caribbean and Africa, that's why we have what we have. And we are the people not learning. Every 5 years you go do the same thing, jump up behind them, and at the end of the day, what they give us in return? Absolutely nothing. Just waiting to get reelected or do things just to, no visionary thinking beyond 5 years. Sad. And even when they have a visionary thinking, you fall apart before it even start, because nobody want to follow it. After they're gone, that's it. It's dead in the water. But it was a very good discussion talking with them when I was there in Turkey in the week. It was very, very, very helpful to have that discussion with them. All right, let's take a bit more music coming up, and we have the second part of that sermon. She's dark and beautiful. I'm Stanford Simon, back here in Grenada, St. George's. That's where I am, back in homeland, Greens, we'll call it.
Time you strong, girl. Tell him to move along. Hit the road, shut the door. You don't want him but no more. Did I want him, did I tell him, but him did I ignore. Now things can't go back to the way they were before. Even with the rings and the gifts and the things from the store. You tell yourself this, you never take it. When the violence get domestic, that no make it. Life is the most precious thing when you check it. Time to move on, it's for the best and don't regret it.
Tears, falling down your window, paying for the years.
It's real.
All the time he comes.
The Grenada Investment Development Corporation's Investment Promotion Agency, in collaboration with the St. George's Baptist Church, presents Community Outreach, the SGBC edition, calling all entrepreneurs and business people or persons interested in entrepreneurship. Join us on Saturday, June 14, 2025 from 10 a.m. at the St. George's Baptist Church Sanctuary in Spring, St. George. Come gain information on marketing tips, understanding investment opportunities, learning about government grants, loans, and other support initiatives, as well as investment journey practical steps. We have a special Q&A session just for you. Save the date, Saturday, June 14, 2025 at 10 a.m. at the St. George's Baptist Church, Spring, St. George. We can't wait to see you there.
At Bailey's Funeral Home, we understand the pain and grief you experience when you suffer the loss of a loved one. For years, we have helped thousands of families get through that difficult time by providing professional funeral services to meet their unique needs. Whether your choice is cremation or burial, call us or come into our new facility on the Carenage and meet with our arrangers in a spacious and comfortable environment. Choose from a wide variety of quality coffins and caskets with prices from as low as $1,900. At Bailey's Funeral Home, we believe that no one should feel overwhelmed and anxious about funeral expenses. So when it's time to plan a funeral, join a burial society or make pre-arrangements when service and cost matters. Call Bailey's Funeral Home at 440-2558 or visit us at baileysfuneralhome.org. Bailey's Funeral Home, still providing the perfect tribute any family can afford.
Country code. The largest distributors of poultry, frozen food, dry goods, they got plenty. The best quality. Country code. Yes, man. For your chicken, beef, pork, and your turkey, any occasion, any function, Country code is your champion. Throughout Grenada, Carrigu, and Pity Mat, make any meat you want, name it, Country code got it. Mega cold storage facilities, Country code. What's on your barbecue grill for your party? Country code, that's right. And when it's time to feed your family, Country code. Meeting your needs since 1969.
St. George's Baptist Church. Purpose: the channel God chooses to fulfill the needs of humanity. Vision: building communities which become the model for winning people to Christ. Mission, goal: empowering people to enjoy prosperity and fulfillment in life. These are the purpose, vision, and mission of the St. George's Baptist Church. Thank you for joining us for today's sermon with Pastor Stanford Simon of the St. George's Baptist Church in Springs, St. George's, a continuation from last week's sermon. If you're looking for a place to worship, you have a special invitation from Pastor Simon to join us at 10:15 on Sunday mornings or online at sgbcgrenada.com for our live broadcast. Here now is Pastor Stanford Simon.
Thank you so much for joining me once again. I am Pastor Stanford Simon. It's a great opportunity to share God's Word with you. Today, we are concluding on the second part of this sermon entitled, I Am Dark But Beautiful, from the book of Solomon, chapter 8. As you listen, I do hope your life will be encouraged, blessed, and to every mother out there who have done so much for your children, and even as you reflect on your own life, every day should be celebrated because you have done so much to ensure that we as children succeed. Thank you, mothers out there, for being the wonderful mother or wife you have been, who have given yourself to us in such a beautiful way, yet still maintaining your integrity. Thank you. May God bless you as you listen. I do hope you find some encouragement within the words of this sermon. God bless you as you listen. I am dark, but beautiful.
They kill themselves. What you think they're suffering from a lot of times is low self-esteem, and they're looking for a special high. They're looking for something to compensate. Let me tell you, love is dark, but it's lovely, it's beautiful. In itself, sometimes it can be very dark, yet still beautiful. For you as a woman must look at yourself and tell yourself you are lovely. And God has created you in his own image and likeness. And no matter what anybody say to you, you must hold yourself together and know that you are beautiful. Studies show that 90% of all women want to change at least one aspect of their physical appearance. 90% of women. Is either the eye too big, the hip too big, the belly too out of place, the legs too long, too short, the eyes should have been a little closer, the ears, the nose a bit too long, the lips should be a bit broad, a bit puffier. I want to change something about me. I want to get it right. But you don't realize when you look at the magazine and think about the women that you see on it is because they photoshopped the woman. And she looking so good. See her in real life. She look at close to what you see on the magazine. So you want to look like the Photoshop woman on the magazine, when in truth and in fact, the woman in a natural way, living her life and eating Kentucky Fried whilst you decide that I ain't eating it at all. You decide you're starving yourself and they're giving you all these things to keep off the weight. In truth and in fact, they're eating it more than you. Thank God we can't Photoshop off the weight. You can't Photoshop it off. It's there. Some women say, Pastor, I don't know where the way I'm coming from, but the hips getting a bit bigger. Pastor, I'm walking, I'm trying to get it off, but when you finish, is what you're eating. The Coke, the fizzy drink, the fatty food. But why? But why so many women want to change their physical appearance? There are different factors. But the media and the celebrity models, it becomes difficult for the young woman to internalize negative comments about herself. When you look at the young girl and you say to her, you don't see you look just like your father. Big nose. You didn't see her like your mother. Big hip. You didn't see her head just like your family. You didn't see her hair and you had it picky. When you begin to tell the young woman that, when she begins to think about herself, she wants to change those things that you have been implanting into her day after day. She wants to change it. She wants to change it. So when she grew up, she said, when I grow up, I want to change that. Like a lady said to me this week, I say, you look lovely. She said, Pastor, when I go home, I said, you know, I don't make up and you look good. She said, yeah, when I go home, I don't have to take off this and take off that and take off this. And when the husband come in, I have to run and put it back on. Because these days they have everything, you know. Everything you could have on. I mean, there are some people wearing things. I mean, you wonder what is theirs and what is not. There's so much of them that is not, that you're wondering what they have is theirs. Because a lot of the times the cry comes out that here and this young woman would become a mother. With all these issues, you think it easy, man, or you think it easy? We nice, you know. Women have real issues to contend with. And on top of that, they have to be a mother. On top of that, they still have to do other things. According to a study conducted by the New York University Child Study Center by Dr. Robin F. Goodman, he writes this: girls' self-esteem peaks when they are 9 years old. Then take a nosedive. Listen carefully. This was shocking for me. Then take a nosedive. Studies show that 75% of 8 and 9-year-olds like their looks. However, that figure dropped to 56% once the girl reached ages 12 and 13. Serious. Serious. She loves herself. She 8 and 9. She loves herself and in the mirror and thing nice and everything good. And you see how she dancing up. Think about a 9-year-old young girl. And when she reached 12 and 13, she want to put on makeup. She want to change this about her. All you know what I'm talking about? Why? Because it is she want to change. And sometimes it's because what you put in the child, what you begin to say to the child. It is important to let your child know how important they are to you. How smart and beautiful they are is very instrumental in helping them through the period in their lives. And it is most important to communicate with your children as a mother, as a father. Talk to your child. If you don't talk to them, somebody else will. The TV will, the superstar will, the internet will, their school friend will, their neighbor will. Somebody else will talk with your child. They ask you, Mommy, how a child come by. Don't tell them usually they drink ease. I mean, that's the foolishness we used to hear. Parents telling their children, you dropped from a plane. It's not possible. The nonsense that we tell children in the Caribbean, we grew up, some of us, hearing these stories. But it hasn't helped us. Talk to your child. If you can't explain it, find someone else who could. There are many other people around. Find a nurse, a doctor. Find somebody, a good friend, who could sit with your child and explain it. Maybe you're not too versed in certain things. Leave it alone. Do like me. If I have certain things and I don't know what to do, I call the right person. If somebody come to me and I can't deal with the issue, I call somebody who could. The pastor don't know it all. The mother don't know it all. So if I'm struggling with an issue, I get a doctor. If I do, I get a lawyer. If I do, I get a... I can't put on tile, but I know when the tile is put on good. Find the right person to help you. It is important. Do not just tell your child what you think of them, but also find out what they think of themselves and why. What do you think of yourself, baby? Who do you think you are? What do you think about your looks? And when she tell you, ask why. When a young man said to you, ask why. Why do you feel that way? Why do you think that way? Because the only how you could understand your children is by communicating with them. You see, God have created us beautiful, you know. My nose may be big, but I nice, you know. I handsome. You could say what you want about me. How you feel about me, that's your problem. Listen, when I put on my clothes and I walk out the house, I look in the mirror and I say, boy, you look dash good. Wow. Gosh. You look good. Open my door and walk out the house. You could say what you want. I look good. I believe that. If you don't believe that you look good, the minute time somebody tell you you look good, you're looking. What are you looking for? When you look in the mirror and you look at yourself, You put on the best clothes you have. And let me tell you this. The secret to being yourself who God wants you to be is accept you for you. God didn't create you to be somebody else. You know, you may have a little temper. You may talk a bit too much. You may cry a bit too much too. You may beat a little bit too much too. You may sleep a bit too much. You may walk a little bit too much. The hand may not be the hand that you really want. The nose may not be the nose that you really want. The eyes may not be the eyes that you really want. You want it to look a little bit smaller, a little bit bigger. But at the end of the day, it is not what you want, it's what God gives you. So what he gives you is what you have. Therefore, let them know that God give me that. I am thankful because he has the right man or the right woman waiting for me. You have a problem, not me. Because you see, God's creation is without mistake. You're not a mistake. You're not somebody God had to come back and fix you. No. He gives you for you. And no matter what they say, children are impacted by low self-esteem because they are old enough to even grasp the concept of low self-esteem. Children are impacted by low self-esteem because some of them are not even old enough to grasp the concept. They don't know. Start asking the right question, such as what she likes because of herself, what she does not like or he does not like about herself or himself, what he or she believes about others, thinks about her or him. Please listen closely. It's important to know what your child think other people think of them. Because that which they think people think of them can be the basis for which they begin to plan their life. You know, there are people living their life to please others. People say that about me, so I begin to adjust. I'm moving in line because I want people to like me. Trust me. You move to the left, some would like you, some wouldn't like you. Move to the center, some would like you and some wouldn't like you. You go up in the air, some would like you. You undo, they're still gonna talk. So do that for me. Remember, the first step to solving a problem is uncovering that there is one. The first step to solving a problem is uncovering that there is one. So if you don't want to accept the fact that you're suffering from low self-esteem, you're suffering from some issues, you have a problem that you're yet to begin to solve. Her brothers wondered how to help her, prepare her for marriage. They decided that if she was like a wall, verse 8 and 9, standing firm against sexual temptation, they would praise her. That's what, if she was standing firm like a wall, not letting anyone, they would praise her. They would be there for her. But if she was like a door, open to immorality, they would take steps to guard her from doing some of those foolish things. You know, there are some women are like an open door. Every man come, they go. You know? Some of them because for different things. Young women, let me tell you something. Not every man that tell you love you, love you. You know? Because most men, trust me, all they want is sex and then they're gone. We wicked, you know. Some of us wicked. We are about ourselves, satisfying our sexual desires and not in any way wanting to help you as a person. Let's face the reality of it. So not everybody who comes to you, because if you want to be a wonderful and beautiful mother, save your virginity, save yourself. Be a closed door, not an open door for every man that walk into your life. here in verse 10. She testified that she has been persistent in her morality and thus has found favor in Solomon's eyes. This is a young woman now that Solomon arrives and she said, I've kept myself. I've done well. I've kept my virginity. I kept myself safe. And now Solomon has come. There are many vineyards, but I've kept mine, and he has come, and he now going to take me away. Let me say to you, keep yourself well. God is going to bless you. God is going to bless you with a good husband. He's going to bless you with good friends. He's going to bless you with good relationship. But you cannot be all about the place thinking that somehow you're looking for love. Love would find you. Don't go looking for love. When you go looking for love, you just find what you'll never believe that is out there. Because trust me, love is waiting. Is there. Being a full-time mother is one of the highest salaried job in the world. Since the payment is pure love, it's the highest paying salary. Think about it. Could anybody pay you to be a mother? Because somehow you did give up that job a long time ago. Think about it. If somebody were paying you to be a mother, some of you would give up that job. Done. Forget it. Take care of children for yourself. I could enjoy my life without all you. But every time you think about it, all your mother say, I ain't coming home this evening. I feel good. And you begin to say all kind of things. But this evening, I ain't coming home and cook no food. All you can say, all you want. Eat what? All you could eat grass if all you want. I ain't coming home and cook. And you come from work straight to the kitchen. And you're preparing the meal. You're preparing the meal. Why? Because it's pure love. It's pure love. If somebody were paying you to prepare that meal, you're not preparing it. And some of we men is not appreciative of the woman in our lives. We take the woman from their mother house and we treat them badly. But they have a lot of things to deal with and contend with. Yet still on top of that, we helping to put the pressure on. We don't help. We come home, we want to watch TV, we want to watch the papers, we want to line with the guys on the block, and she have 3 children home taken care of. Why not go and help her in the house? I'm lovely. In conclusion, and I want to play something from the book of Solomon in a few minutes, chapter 8, and I would want you to listen to it. But listen to what Keston Hannes said. As mothers and daughters, we are connected with one another. My mother is the bones of my spine, keeping me straight and true. She is my blood, making sure it runs rich and strong. She is the beating of my heart. I cannot now imagine a life without her. Think of the life without a mother. Think of it. Think of it. She is the most beautiful thing that God have ever blessed you with. Why not cherish her? She takes you from falling in love, keeping herself, taking care of you, giving up everything else to look after you. And she arrived at the place at the end, and all you think about is giving your mother trouble. What use is that? But listen to the entire chapter now. I'll ask the technician to play that. Listen to the entire chapter of the book of Solomon, chapter 8.
Oh, that you were like my brother, who nursed at my mother's breasts. If I should find you outside, I would kiss you. I would not be despised. I would lead you and bring you into the house of my mother, she who used to instruct me. I would cause you to drink of spiced wine, of the juice of my pomegranate. His left hand is under my head, and his right hand embraces me. I charge you, O daughters of Jerusalem, do not stir up nor awaken love until it pleases.
Who is this coming up from the wilderness, leaning upon her beloved? I awakened you under the apple tree. There your mother brought you forth. There she who bore you brought you forth.
Set me as a seal upon your heart, as a seal upon your arm. For love is as strong as death. Jealousy is cruel as the grave. Its flames are flames of fire, a most vehement flame. Many waters cannot quench love, nor can the floods drown it. If a man would give for love all the wealth of his house, it would be utterly despised.
We have a little sister, and she has no breasts. What shall we do for our sister in the day when she is spoken for? If she is a wall, we will build upon her a battlement of silver. And if she is a door, we will enclose her with boards of cedar.
I am a wall, and my breasts like towers. Then I became in his eyes as one who found peace. Solomon had a vineyard at Baal Haman. He leased the vineyard to keepers. Every one was to bring, for its fruit, 1,000 silver coins. My own vineyard is before me. You, O Solomon, may have 1,000, and those who tend its fruit 200.
You who dwell in the gardens, the companions listen for your voice. Let me hear it.
Make haste, my beloved, and be like a gazelle or a young stag on the mountains of spices.
I invite the mothers to stand, please. All the mothers, I invite you to stand. All the mothers, I invite you to stand. I want to pray for you. I want to pray for you. Father, we thank you. Thank you for the wonderful opportunity you give to us to be alive. Thank you for the mothers who have given themselves, Lord, to you first, to the family and to the children. I pray, O God, your blessings upon them. For in them you have created such beauty, such love you have given to them, Lord, that they have cared for their family. The love they have for their children is deep, is precious, is unique. I pray you continue to strengthen their hands, strengthen their mind and their heart. Continue, Lord, to give them, Lord, guidance and leadership. Let wisdom be their watchword as they continue, Lord, to be an integral part of our society and so provide leadership in the areas you have given to them. Precious is every mother, O God, and I know in it, Lord, you have chosen to send your only Son, Jesus Christ. And to us, Lord, we bow today. I bring every mother that is standing in this room and those who are listening across the land and across the seas. Give them strength and power. Overshadow them with your peace and allow the enemy not, O God, to stand in the way to destroy them. Lord, those who are struggling with themselves and low self-esteem, I pray, O God, you strengthen them and bring them into that peace that only you can give. O God and Heavenly Father, allow the mothers, God, today, Lord, to see themselves as instrument of change in the cradle of life. So too, God, they give life and cradle life. Give them inner peace, Lord, that only you can give, and joy that only you can give. Allow them to see you for who you are, Lord, and let your Holy Spirit descend upon them. Lord, when it seems that no one is there for them and the tears are flowing heavy because of the agony and pain of their family, I pray, oh God, you give them that joy that they need. Help them, Lord, to see you today. Help them, Lord, to find rest and peace. For those who are joyful, help them to continue to be joyful. For those who are sorrowful, Lord, help them to find joy. For those who do not know who next to turn to, help them to turn to you. For love is dark and lovely. It's beautiful because it comes out of you, God. I pray for every mother today. Bless them in a special way. And yea, though they walk through the valley of death, yea, though they walk through the valley of pain and sorrow and hurt, give them inner rest and inner peace. We thank you for our mothers, Lord, and ask a special blessing upon them. In Jesus' holy and precious name. Amen. I invite mothers to stand. Somebody close to her. The mothers, just hug the mothers. Children, everybody. Find the mothers. If you're not a mother, find a mother around you. Give them a hug and give them a word of encouragement. Everybody, find a mother. I see some of you men sitting. Find a mother. Find two mothers. Give them a hug. Let them know and just give them a word. Thank you.
You have been listening to today's sermon by Pastor Stanford Simon of the St. George's Baptist Church. In keeping with the vision of the St. George's Baptist Church, building communities which become the model for winning people to Christ. Feel free to contact us at sgbcgrenada@gmail.com or by phone with your questions or your comments at 473-440-6325. In keeping with our purpose to be the channel God chooses to fulfill the needs of humanity, we encourage you to join us every Sunday morning at 10:15 online for our live service streamed on our Facebook page, SGBC Grenada. Today's sermon has been brought to you by St. George's Baptist Church and Christian Services Corporation.
The Grenada Investment Development Corporation's investment promotion agency, in collaboration with the St. George's Baptist Church, presents Community Outreach, the SGBC edition, calling all entrepreneurs and business people or persons interested in entrepreneurship. Join us on Saturday, June 14, 2025 from 10 a.m. at the St. George's Baptist Church Sanctuary in Spring, St. George. Come gain information on marketing tips, understanding investment opportunities, learning about government grants, loans, and other support initiatives, as well as investment journey practical steps. We have a special Q&A session just for you. Save the date, Saturday, June 14, 2025 at 10 a.m. at the St. George's Baptist Church, Spring, St. George. We can't wait to see you there.
Remember that if you've given your life to Christ, find a good Bible-believing church and surround your life with people who can encourage your walk with Christ. It is our goal that no one be left behind. We're so glad you joined us. Have a great week, and we'll see you right back here next week at the same time. Be blessed.
I stand accused. There's a list a mile long of all my sins, of everything that I've done wrong. I'm so ashamed. There's nowhere left for me to hide. This is the day I must answer for my life. My fate is in the judge's hands, but
At Bailey's Funeral Home, we understand the pain and grief you experience when you suffer the loss of a loved one. For years, we have helped thousands of families get through that difficult time by providing professional funeral services to meet their unique needs. Whether your choice is cremation or burial, call us or come into our new facility on the Carenage and meet with our arrangers in a spacious and comfortable environment. Choose from a wide variety of quality coffins and caskets with prices from as low as $1,900. At Bailey's Funeral Home, we believe that no one should feel overwhelmed and anxious about funeral expenses. So when it's time to plan a funeral, join a burial society or make pre-arrangements when service and cost matters. Call Bailey's Funeral Home at 440-2558 or visit us at baileysfuneralhome.org. Bailey's Funeral Home, still providing the perfect tribute any family can afford.
Country code. The largest distributors of poultry, frozen food, dry goods, they got plenty. The best quality. Country code. Yes, man. For your chicken, beef, pork, and your turkey, any occasion, any function, Country code is your champion. Road Grenada, Carrigu, and Pretty Matnik, any meat you want, name it, Country code got it. Mega corn storage facilities, Country code. What's on your barbecue grill for your party? Country code, that's right. And when it's time to feed your family, Country code. Meeting your needs since 1969.
I was nowhere, you came to my rescue. From the grave I've been raised. When I needed a savior to save me, Jesus, you made a way. I was blind, but these eyes have been opened. Now I walk in the light. Every step on this road I will follow. Jesus, you made a way. You are the way. You are the way. Lost and dead, but your love came to find me. Jesus, you are the way. You are the way. You are the way. You're the light shining bright in the darkness. Jesus, you are the way. Jesus, the only way. All my days are secure in your promise, never standing alone. You're the truth, you're the life, you're my future. Jesus, you made a way. I'm alive in the love that you give me, free to dance once again. You will lead me from glory to glory. Jesus, you made a way. You are the way. You are the way. Lost and dead, but your love came to find me. Jesus, you are the way. Oh, Jesus, the only way. You are the way. You are the way. You're the light shining bright in the darkness. Jesus, you are the way. You are the way.
Oh, Jesus, you are the way. I am Pastor Stanford Simon back in the Spice Hour. Yeah, fresh out of Turkey. I've been there for a couple of days. It was great with Steve Matika. Hey, you can get the best tile and whatever you need when it comes to building. Check him out. His prices and tile are the best. You can't get it better. And the quality porcelain tiles he sells, and top quality from Vitra. And if you make it there in Calvini to see what if you're building, trust me, talk with him. You'll save a whole lot of money. A whole lot. I can tell you that for a fact. Thank you, everybody, for being with me. Special thanks to Steve and Sabit for the information they've shared with me about Turkey. Thanks to Brother Jimmy Bristol, as you shared with us the information there. It's amazing what he shared. And always have a very good, firm discussion and gives such unique perspective from the Word of God. I am so blessed and happy to be with you. We need to look deeper in our country, see where we're going, what we're doing. Visionary thinking is critically important, as I learned from Turkey, and every leader falling in line with where the country needs to go, and not just your own individual thinking, but a collective thinking. That's important. Now we're struggling with persons finding skilled workers. The revolution had a plan, never was followed. I'm saying to you, we are dead in the water because we have created our own problem, and our politicians not thinking beyond 5 years. That's the problem we are confronted with. They say they are, but they're not ready. They're sharing something, but they're not willing to stick to it. Everybody have their own way and their own thinking. I'm so happy for the opportunity to have shared with you. Thanks to my sponsors, Country Cold Stove, St. George's Baptist Church, and Bailey's Funeral Home. Thank you, and thank you to the listeners for listening. Thanks to this radio station for carrying the program. I'm so grateful and thankful to them, and I look forward to joining you next week. I have another part of the program I need to share with you about the food in Turkey. Next week I'll try to share that with you about the food, so you'll learn about the food. Now they have about 300 soups. It's unbelievable, but really very good discussion I had with them. I spoke with them, I think, for about 2 hours or something. It was really good. I really enjoy it. Thanks again to Steve and Sabit for the information they shared with me. Go into peace, grace, and mercy for Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Yeah, we're heading to Rose Hill. Yeah, it would be Rose Hill this evening. Yeah, I have to head up there now. Yeah, to be there for 6 o'clock. And they have crusades in Rose Hill, the worship team. Looking forward to sharing God's word with you. It's going to be an exciting time because I know what God do when you share his word, right? Lives are touched, change, transform, and we are drawn into a close and deeper relationship with you. I'm St.George Simon. Do not allow the dream killers to kill your dreams. Join me next week at the same time. We do it all over again right here on this station. God's richest blessings. Bye-bye.
Much louder than a rolling thunder, and his presence causing the earth to tremble. Yeah. Standing in his glory, commanding all mankind be still. He said, hear my voice and do my will. Take up your cross and walk with me. Said this man from Galilee. He said, I'll be there, so have no fear. He said, I'll be there, so have